What's your favorite rye? It's Van Winkle.
Yeah, that's just a great drink. I mean,
Totally.
I'm not going to just go buy a Van Winkle.
Oh, I would if I could.
Oh, well, I would have. Let me take that back.
I'll buy Matt's if he's not. Welcome back to Arsenic Culture. I am Jason.
I'm Matt.
I am Drew.
Jordan.
And we are here today for a bourbon review. A little bit different than what we've done. We've done some of these in the past. We're going to review Woodford Reserve Barrel Strength Rye.
I feel like we're setting this up for like a quick shot.
Almost sales do quick
I
shot.
know, it's like 15-minute quick shot. And go.
So a little bit different format. We talked about this for a little bit, Matt. So what we're going to do today is the first one of these. We're going to review a bourbon. We're going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 5 in 0.25 increments. And then we're also going to talk about, we'll be kind of like buy it, recommend it, things like that.
Sure.
Okay? So Woodford Reserve. Has anybody heard of it?
Yeah. Never heard of them.
Never heard of them?
No. Are they big?
I don't know. I can't remember.
They put out like 15 barrels a year, maybe?
Very select.
So Jordan, what is your first experience with Woodford Reserve? You got one?
Yeah, whenever I was first getting into bourbon, honestly, Woodford actually had a lot of digital media out there on YouTube.
Yeah.
And whenever I was just researching, like doing the stuff I do when I get into certain stuff like hobbies or whatever, I always like, one of the first things I do, I look everything up on YouTube and see how much I can dig up and figure stuff out. Chris Morris had all these tasting videos about Woodford Reserve, and I didn't even have a bottle of it yet.
Yeah.
You're talking about regular Woodford, correct?
Yeah, regular Woodford. But he was so convincing back when I was younger. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go buy a bottle, see if I can pick out these flavors. And, you know, I couldn't pick out the 90-something different flavors that he said.
I was going to say it comes the flavor wheel.
And Woodford. But you know what? I appreciated the effort that they put in to try to make content for everybody on YouTube and stuff. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
When was that?
That was
what year was that?
That was probably 10 years ago when I first got back into
2015. Okay. So the brand started in 1996. That's when Woodford kind of came to market. The first time I remember it, we were in college, probably 2000-ish, at Eastern. And I remember watching, I think it was the Man Show. Yeah, and they were doing like a review
with
of like
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
They were doing a review on like what's hot or something.
Right.
And Woodford Reserve, the old one.
Really?
Yeah.
And it had, was it LeBreau and Graham?
Yeah.
I think that's how you
Ellen,
say it.
yeah, LeBreau.
So that was what was called before Woodford Reserve Distillery. So that was the first time I heard of it. And I'm like, this is the top shelf of the top shelf bourbon.
Yeah, but you know they paid for that spot.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that back then.
Right,
we're like,
yeah.
we're going to pull our money and pay $40 for this
Oh
bottle.
my gosh, that's hilarious.
This was the natural light days, you know. So
It's funny because you say they started back in 1996.
Yeah.
You think about a lot of bourbon brands, and they're like heritage brands,
100%.
that have been around like after Prohibition was repealed. You know,
Right.
It's kind of crazy that you see a brand as big as Woodford, you know, only having been around for 8 years.
You think of Woodford though. I mean, it's a staple, right? Like the name itself. I just feel like it's been around a lot longer than that. When I read that and found it out, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So in 2003, they actually changed their name from LeBreau and Graham to Woodford Reserve Distillery, and of course Brown-Forman's the parent company. This one though is released October 2nd, distillery only, so just a couple weeks. MSRP of $129.99. Secondary is about $240-ish. So not too bad.
So this has secondary pull.
It does. Proof on this one's 125.1, and an age is not disclosed, but me and Jordan were talking a little bit about it. I would say most ryes you see in this realm, probably 4 to 6, probably 6 years old. He's thinking maybe 8, so we'll call it 6 to 8 is our best guess.
Right. Okay.
So what do you think on the nose of this one?
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Woodford's what, 90.4?
Yeah.
Usually? I mean, they're very
Yeah.
specific.
And this is the first, well, it's sort of the first drink of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a few
Beers
beers.
don't count.
But yeah,
Beers don't count.
this coming out of the gates is a hot one.
So this one is like the mash bill on this one. It's not really disclosed, but it's kind of a barely rye. So it's like 51%. It's 53%. So barely over. So it's kind of a bourbon drinker's rye. So that's what I would say. Also pretty shitty. It's in a 700 milliliter bottle instead of 750. But
I do love their bottles.
it's a cool bottle.
It also weighs 700 pounds.
It does. It does. It's hard to lift with one hand if you're like, got a little bourbon on your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
And it's distillery only right now at this point.
It's going to hit up distro, they said. So it's going to 5 states.
How many, did they say how many bottles they are doing?
They did not. I think it's still available at the distillery, but I think it's 2 per person is what the limit is right now. This is their highest proof rye whiskey they've ever released. They have released some in like that Masters collection, I think, a few of those, but the proofs aren't this high. So,
Before we jump into the taste, we will give a little shout out to Never Say Die real quick. These are our sponsors, Never Say Die. This stuff is delicious because you can find it at a liquor store near you. Jordon is trying to steal focus from this bottle, but you get a good idea of it right there.
But Matt never says die, and he will not let Jordon still focus.
Yeah, but these guys are great. You guys check them out at a liquor store near you. Good stuff. We appreciate them being our sponsor. What do you all, have you tried it?
Any tasting notes? Yeah. Any notes?
Don't start with me.
Yeah, I get the barely rye aspect. I really do. I was hoping for a little more spice, and it's not really there.
Actually, I like the barley ryes. Sometimes, I do like the 95.5 ryes, but sometimes they're a little bit too. Man, sometimes in those 95.5 ryes, I get like a dill note to it.
Do you really?
Yeah, and some people get a spearmint note, but I get like a big dill note to it. So I'm kind of glad this doesn't have that aspect to it. I don't get that at all in this.
I think a big thing for me is one of our friends who've been on the show before, Andrew, he does not like mint in a rye. I don't either. This one does not have that. So most of your barley ryes don't have that. It's more the 95.5.
You mean literally, or you mean you get that note?
Literally, the note. I mean,
he
doesn't actually put mint in it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be.
I just want to clarify the way
That would be.
you said that.
What do you call that? That would be. What do they like for the Kentucky Derby?
Mint julep?
Yeah, that'd be a mint julep, which is an awful drink.
Terrible.
Which Woodford pays
Big money.
Yeah.
Big money.
maybe millions.
They
actually.
also sponsor a lot of the races in and around.
Oh, 100%.
The
They sponsor
Breeders' Cup
Keeneland and
and
that,
How the hell did we get
Derby.
the mint julep for the Kentucky Derby? Like,
I don't know. That's
where
some
the fuck
shit.
did that come
That's some
from? Because
bullshit. Anybody
It is
tells
not
you
a good drink.
anybody
That's
tells you they
episode
like
worthy.
that, they're
That's
wrong.
episode worthy,
It actually is.
Well, Woodford has such a tradition being the official mint julep of the Kentucky Derby. They have their official recipe, and they actually, I believe, have like a specialty glass or what do you call that? The sterling silver.
It's a cup.
They have a
kinda-
sterling silver cup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
and it's like
couple $1,000,
legit,
yeah.
like sterling's like.
I
all the
bet
way
you it really
through.
enhances the flavor of it.
Oh, for
right?
sure,
Yeah,
for sure,
it's got
yeah.
to.
But
I think it's like $10,000. It's so many $1,000 for a drink at the actual Kentucky Derby if you get that cup.
Yeah.
like
That's
that sterling
insane.
silver.
Yeah,
That's
it's nuts.
ridiculous.
I think, like, looking back when I was younger, Woodford Reserve, it was always it was built to be a top shelf bourbon when it was invented, and that's what I always remember it being was in the small town where I'm from, Woodford was like probably 3 times the price of regular Jim Beam or Jack Daniels.
That's what I was telling you in college. Like when we said, like literally, we pulled our money, me and 2 roommates, to buy a $40 bottle of bourbon, which back then would be $100, $120 now.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like college age student. That's a big spend. You know.
Well, and the name LeBreau and Graham too. I think it has. They try to create like a certain mystique with
Like a
it.
cachet
It's,
with it.
yeah,
100%.
it sounds
older.
more. Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds more established and
a little more pretentious.
I think I call
The
it
only bourbon for your mint julep.
Lebrat back in the day. Yeah, I want your finest Lebrat and Graham. Get out, sir. Get out. Out.
Yeah.
Actually, that'd be pretty funny walking into a bar now saying that.
Yeah.
Because
I
they
wonder
would
how many
probably
would
not
know.
what
They
you're
wouldn't know what
talking
you're
about.
talking about. So, any tasty notes on this, Jordan?
Brown sugar, a little bit of graham cracker. But
A
honestly,
little bit of LeBreau.
yeah, but honestly, I do enjoy the mouthfeel. Nice viscous mouthfeel on this one. But it is pretty proofy. I think it's going to be awesome when it opens up.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, for me, I can't pick out a lot of flavors on this one just yet, but it's got some baker's spice, very light. My tongue's tingling a little bit. I don't know much beyond that. Like I couldn't give you.
I don't get much fruitiness at all.
So here's the tasty notes, and I'll get to you all in a second. But the tasty notes from online. So juicy orange. I'm not getting that.
No.
Or is anybody? Clove, I could get that kind of baker spice, right? Leather, I think it's in almost every bourbon.
Right.
Nutmeg, I mean, I wouldn't pick nutmeg out, but okay, maybe.
Well, nutmeg is such a docile spice.
Yeah.
You could almost say that about any bourbon.
Yeah, probably true. And then tobacco, which is also kind of
Another
catch-all.
ubiquitous kind of
like
thing,
if you
yeah.
say smooth and vanilla, like Elmer T. Lee,
Yeah,
you're
you're
gonna
across
catch.
the board.
The fact that they put leather and tobacco in their official tasting
Yeah.
notes makes me think this actually has some decent age to it.
Yeah.
Even though that they
That's a good
don't,
point.
Even though that they don't state what it is.
Yeah.
Because those two tasting notes are something you'd pull from a pretty well aged bourbon or rye.
So a lot of times when they don't put an age statement on a product, why do you think that would be? Do you have like a theory on that?
For me, well,
I actually do. So my theory is this: if you do an age statement, it has to be the youngest
Yeah.
bourbon in the blend, right? So what they've probably done in this, and they've probably got some 4-year-old rye, but they've also probably got some 12-year-old
I might
rye.
have some 2-year rye.
Yeah.
It could do
They just
exactly,
blended- they just
exactly,
blended
right?
them, yeah.
So it's that blend. So if you put an age statement on it, it'd say a 2-year rye, nobody's going to buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you leave it off, it's like really it's probably on average probably an 8-year, 10-year blend.
Yeah.
But you do probably have some younger rye. In
But
there.
in theory, if it is a blend, you're allowed to say what it's blended
you
with.
could, you could,
yeah.
And
yeah, but it
you're
wouldn't be
giving away,
that's
you know,
right.
you're giving
Yeah,
away
but-
quote unquote more information than maybe you want to for marketing purposes.
Bardstown does a good job with that. With their
but,
bourbons on the side
very
of the bottle.
transparent, very
Yeah.
transparent.
You might second guess paying $130 for this if you saw a
30%,
blend of a
yeah.
2-year-old.
Well, I mean, that's a
or
good
4-year,
point.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I mean, again, if you saw 12-year on there, even
Yeah,
if it was like 5%,
exactly. Yeah,
you
you're
might
right.
be like, well, okay.
The color on it's great.
It is.
Yeah,
I think
I like
it's
that
it's actually the kind of to your point. It does have almost like a silky smooth mouthfeel.
Oh, for sure.
When you get
Yeah.
past the, it's a little harsh. It actually feels great in my mouth. But yeah, the flavor profile, I'm getting a little bit of spice on those. I was really hoping to get a little bit more on
Yeah.
the palate. I know you, Jordan, you said you like it with a lower rye quotient. I actually like it with a little bit more.
Same.
So I'm a little disappointed there, especially for a $120 rye. But
you say that, and I don't disagree. I'll agree with that. But what's your favorite rye? I know what it is.
what's my favorite rye?
Yeah. What's your favorite rye? It's Van Winkle.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's not
a barley rye.
Yeah, that's
So-
just a great drink. I mean, I'm not
Totally.
going to just go buy a Van Winkle.
Oh, I would if I could.
well, I would have. Let me take that back. If anybody
Hold on.
I'd be totally happy to.
I'll buy Matt's if he's not buying it. I'm all in. But again, though, that's a barley rye. So I think barley ryes are different. They're created not
Yeah.
equal. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
But I agree with you. I mean, I like 95.5 MGP. That's where I'm at with ryes. A lot of that very spicy, but they can change with the barrels or aging process.
Yeah.
So, any other tasty notes
do you
Matt,
think?
Drew have?
I got a little bit of the brown sugar. Yeah, I do like how it feels, and I like a little bit of a tingle on the tongue too. It just
Yeah.
kind of lets you know that you're working with something there. You know.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like a little tingle on the tongue. I like a lot of tingle.
Any
on the
tasty
tongue.
notes from you, sir?
More tasting
I
notes?
thought, did you give us any?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it. What'd you say?
I said I want a little.
We don't actually
Okay.
care. All right, so would you buy this at $130 retail, Jordan?
Well, I did, and so I guess. Yeah.
Are you happy with the purchase? Would you buy it again?
Yeah, I had this for the first time last weekend, and I thought it was good. And here's the thing, that being 130 to me felt like an actual good buy because double oaked was 200,
Yeah,
and it
that's
was
the same.
90 proof.
Correct.
This is 130,
Yeah.
and it's 125 proof. So I
But
thought,
you're also comparing Woodford value to Woodford value.
yeah, that's true.
Well, any value. I mean, the prices on limited editions right now are insane. I mean, for the
Yeah.
most part. So
What we need to do is get President's Choice Rye, if we know anybody that has that, and put it neck to neck, because President's Choice
all
Rye is $300,
Yeah.
and this is $130,
Yeah.
and it's made by Brown Foreman, both of them.
So you'd be about 130. What about the secondary at 240? Let's call it. Would you buy at that?
No.
Okay. That's
I'm
fair.
probably max at MSRP.
Okay.
You know,
Drew, what about 130 for MSRP on this one?
Yeah, I like it because it's one of those bottles I'm gonna bring out with some friends probably. Again, if it was secondary, I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, 240 is a little
Yeah.
steep. What about you, Matt?
I'm going to disagree with Jordan about it opening up, and I could be wrong.
You are.
But I just don't know. I feel like it doesn't have enough depth to get, any more nuance out of it. What did you say? 130?
Yeah, for price retail.
No, knowing what it is, if I saw that I didn't know what it was, I probably would. But after
That's
having
fair.
it,
Yeah.
I mean, I put 90 on it, honestly,
Okay.
but definitely not secondary.
That's in the same ballpark of a Willet, right? So I mean,
Right.
Willet 4 to 6 years, probably 90 to 120. I don't know what they are. 4 years, probably 70 to 90 is my guess. For me, I bought this bottle. I mean, I think it's worth it for retail for me. Yeah. Definitely not getting secondary. No. I do think it'll change. I do think it'll open up. I really believe
I hope
that.
it does. I really do.
And we'll see. I mean, we'll leave it open for 3 or 4 minutes and
try it again. Yeah, now that the neck pour is gone.
Exactly. So let's go to rating. So again, 1 to 5 scale, 0.25 increments. Yeah. What would you rate this, Jordon?
I'm going to do 3.75 out of 5.
That's fair. Okay. Anything you compare it to? Any other products you've had? Ryes, I would assume. Like, what about a Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye? It's kind of
that's actually, yeah, you're right. I would buy probably a good store pick of a JD Rye Barrel Proof over this.
Makes sense. What about you, Drew? What would you rate it?
I'm a 4.
Okay.
I think all my bourbon ratings are going to fall in a pretty narrow range.
Let's talk about that for a minute before we go any further. Yeah. So I think our scale is a little different than other bourbon reviewers. Some of them. A lot of those review on a 1 to 10 scale. I'm used to the untapped beer. I know you are. So if you want to get our 10-point scale, just double our score.
Yeah,
but
basically. Yeah.
I think we all tend to rate a little higher than some of them. I'm not going to crush anything. To me, if it's a 3.5 or above, it's worth a pour. You know what I mean? Like, if you're talking about something that's a 2, I'm never buying that bottle. I'm not even buying a pour.
Right.
So to qualify or quantify our rating scale.
Yeah.
Sorry, back to you.
There you go. It's a 4 for me. It's it's good. I think I don't know that I would ever find a bourbon that I'm going to give it a 5 to necessarily.
Sure. We might have one in a little bit.
I mean, maybe. I'm excited about that, but yeah, I mean, it's again, the price point. It's a buy for me. I give it a 4.
And I gotta weigh value in there too. Like,
I think you should.
Yeah, it's for most Woodford products, especially like the double oaks and stuff like that. They're fine. I can't justify those prices.
I think double oaked is a really good product, but at the price point, you can't.
I just don't think it's
we tried it with Anthony and Kenny on the show. It's like it's good.
It is good, but geez, like what is it, like $200 for like a
for that
same size bottle? $700.
I thought it was even smaller than that, but
70 more than this one.
That's
at the same size.
Yeah.
It's like
I can't.
My mom used to work at Woodford Reserve. She used to do tours, and she got a bottle. I mean, hasn't worked there in a long time, but maybe 10 years ago. And it was either the double rye or the double rye. I don't know. I forget what it was. But
probably double oaked, I bet.
No, it was rye.
Oh, real? Okay.
Yeah, and it came in a pint.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a very limited thing. I don't know if they sold it, because I have never seen it anywhere since
I have
then.
heard some stories.
And it was fantastic.
I may have seen some in person, but there are rumors that escapes that facility of barrel strength products to employees.
Really?
Yeah. So like I've seen bourbon. I've seen sample bottles pulled from barrels that are barrel strength, because they won't release anything really barrel strength.
I would love to see that.
It's fantastic.
I would love
it's fantastic.
But what was your score you was going to give this?
So I'm between a 3.5, 3.75, but I'm probably gonna default to a 3.5.
Okay.
Again, I think it's decent. I think it's a little overpriced, and I would like a little more dimension out of it. So I'm gonna fall back to 3.5.
I agree with the dimension part about it. And that's why I think hopefully when it opens up, when it's not as hot, maybe I can pull more flavors out of that.
I'm going to go, same ballpark, right? So I enjoy it. The price is a little high. I would buy it again. I'm a 3.75, but like what I talked about, me and Jordon talked about a minute ago with the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye, all the barrel picks I've had of that, except one, I've probably had 8 or 9 of those, are better than this so far. It's not opened up yet, but that's why I couldn't give it higher.
And it's like $70.
Exactly.
Right,
so it's half the price of this, right?
Yeah.
And it's a 750 instead of a 700 milliliters.
Those 50 milliliters make a huge difference, dude.
That's like 38 cents.
Worth of bourbon, yeah.
So, I appreciate everybody coming on here. I guess I'm the host on this one, not you.
Yeah.
Screw you.
This is your show now, baby.
Yeah, so this is our first bourbon review. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked us, like and subscribe on YouTube. Like all of our socials. We are at Arsenic Culture. See you next time.